Thanks for joining us. Today, the governor signed one of his priority bills into law, and that bill prohibits the release of people charged with violent crimes on personal or cash bond.
It also requires judges to examine the person's criminal history before setting bail. But Democrats and opponents worry the new law could have unintended consequences.
KXAN's Monica Madden explains why.
The namesake of the bill is what made it so personal.
My life and my kids' lives were forever changed by actions that can't be taken back.
State Trooper Damon Allen was killed during a routine traffic stop by a man who was out on bail, charged with assault on a sheriff's deputy.
The Damon Allen Act makes it harder for dangerous criminals to be released from jail on bail.
SB 6 will ban the release of people accused of violent crimes on personal bonds. If they have a violent criminal record, judges cannot release them on a cash bond either.
I think that there could have been a more fair way to accomplish the goal of bail reform.
Democrats like Ron Reynolds voted against the bill, but not because he thinks suspects in violent crimes should be roaming the streets.
We want to see a process that nonviolent defendants that are presumed innocent don't have to linger and sit in jail.
He thinks requiring cash bonds will unfairly hurt low-income folks and doesn't think the state is doing much to prepare for more people in jails longer.
I mean, they're going to be filled up. This is going to end up falling on the taxpayers. The state, did not appropriate funding for that, additional funding.
Reynolds thinks lawmakers will revisit the issue in their next regular session, once we have a better idea of the law's impacts.
And during the special session, this bill passed handily in the Senate, but the House was more hesitant. Representatives passed it after removing a Senate measure that would have restricted charitable groups from posting bail for defendants. The bail reform discussion takes an interesting turn when you look at the numbers of the people who are actually being held in jail. The Prison Policy Initiative found more than 740,000 people being held in jails last year, taking out those who were held for other agencies such as federal immigration enforcement. About 630,000 were for local authorities. Of those, close to 3/4 of them were not convicted yet. The reasons could include things such as pretrial hearings, and of those more than 400,000, only about 30% of them were arrested on violent crime charges.